Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today I'm doing my take on a chili burger like Tommy's, but vegan as per usual. And if you're unfamiliar, the original Tommy's hails from Los Angeles, and they've been making these since 1946. It's one of the most iconic burgers in all of LA, typically enjoyed after a Dodger game or late at night after the bars have closed. So let's get this going with the chili naturally, since that is the start of the show. We're going to start off with some serrano peppers, a carrot, and an onion. And we're going to chop them up roughly. I basically just cut them into quarters, and then we'll add them to a food processor, and we're just going to blend those guys up until they are basically a veggie paste. Should look something like that. And now let's get a pot over medium heat with a little bit of oil, and then we're going to add in a pound of our plant-based meat. I'm using Impossible, but use whatever you like. We'll break that up a bit and then add in our veggie sludge, and that is the technical term for it, by the way. And then we'll just stir that around and get those veggies and meat to mingle a bit. And after a little while, we'll add in our spices. I'm going to start off with 3 tablespoons of chili powder. And by the way, when I say chili powder, I mean this stuff, not like cayenne or anything like that. And then we'll do 1 tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of chipotle powder, and then a tablespoon of smoked paprika, and then a tablespoon of this Hatch chili powder that I got. And honestly, if you don't have this stuff, you can use cayenne or whatever you like. And then let's stir that to combine, and I totally biffed it right here. I forgot to add my 3 cloves of garlic. I had my mise en place and everything, but I blew it. So learn from my mistakes and add your garlic here. Next, we want to whisk together some beefless broth. I like this better than bouillon. Just make sure it's the vegan kind, as the non-vegan one looks very similar. So we'll get 2 cups of that going, and then we want to blend that with a half cup of masa harina, which is a corn flour. It's going to thicken the chili and also impart a really nice flavor. You should be able to find it online or at your local Latin American market, or even a Whole Foods or Sprouts should have it. I'll leave links for both items in the description. So once we have those whisked together, we're going to add them to our chili and then give them a stir. And now we just got to let it reduce to our desired consistency and taste it for seasoning. I actually ended up adding about another 1/4 cup of the masa harina, as well as some garlic salt. So just make sure you really season and thicken this to your taste. And after a while, I decided that my chili was where I like it. I wanted mine to be a bit thicker than how I remember Tommy's chili, so it didn't run down my arm as much, although there is something poetic about standing in a parking lot licking chili off the side of your arm at 2 a.m. But there you go. Check out how thick this stuff is. It really sticks to that spoon. Wonderful stuff. And now our chili is done, and all we got to do is grill up a burger, and then we could chow down. So let's get our buns and toast them. Always toast your buns. And after that, we'll throw down a plant-based burger patty, season it however you like. I'm using some black pepper and garlic salt, which is my new favorite burger seasoning. And grill that burger for a few minutes, and then give her a flip. Add some vegan American cheese. I'm using the Follow Your Heart brand. And then we'll top that cheese with some of the chili. And then we're going to cover to help melt the cheese. And then another few minutes, and we'll lift our melting dome to reveal one of the most beautiful sights I ever did see. And now we just got to build our burger. So in doing research on this, I noticed a discrepancy between the photos on Tommy's website and the way they seem to actually build their burgers. The photos are similar to this, where you can see every component of the burger, but in reality, Tommy burgers are completely ensconced in chili, which doesn't make for as good of a photo, I suppose. But for this one, I wanted to build it the way they do. So we're going to start with our top bun on the bottom and build it upside down. So first up is a good amount of mustard, and then next is the pickles, which I realized later was a mistake, as I should have put the tomatoes down first, but you know what? Who cares? I think I prefer this architecture anyways. Alright, so there's the tomatoes, and next is some chopped onion, then our chili cheeseburger, and then we're going to spread some more chili on that bottom bun, and now we're just going to top it with the bottom bun, and now I'm going to awkwardly attempt to wrap it up and turn it over. And it's time to dig in, and my friends, I really didn't know what to expect, and that first bite was just so freaking amazing. I was really taken aback and was super happy with the results. As you can see, the mustard, pickles, tomatoes, onions, and that amazing chili cheeseburger, it really is a great example of the sum being greater than its parts. And of course, having some of these peppers around is a pretty smart move too. And if you want to be pretty smart, I highly recommend you make this chili and put it on a burger. but you could also put it on hot dogs, fries, heck, you could take a bath in it. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.